All right, let's talk about the one thing that is absolutely everywhere in the business world right now. The thing that's changing how we work, how we think, and even how we create. We're going to dive deep into generative AI. Is it just another piece of tech jargon, or could it really be your new partner at work?
You know the feeling, right? You're just staring at that blinking cursor on a blank page. Maybe you're trying to write that tricky email to a big client, or you're just wondering where on earth to start with a huge quarterly report. That feeling of being totally stuck, well, that's exactly where this whole conversation really kicks off.
So, to really get what's happening, we got to draw a line in the sand. For years, we've had what you could call traditional AI, and it's great, for doing the same repetitive task over and over again. Think robots on an assembly line. But generative AI? That's a whole new ballgame. It doesn't just do things, it creates things, brand new stuff, new text, new code, new images. It's the difference between a machine that tightens a bolt and one that helps you write a song.
And because it's a creative tool, it means we're dealing with a fundamentally new kind of technology. And any new tool, well, it comes with a new set of rules. So let's start there and really understand this massive shift in artificial intelligence.
Okay, so what is generative AI, really? The textbook definition is that it's a type of AI that doesn't just process information. It actually creates completely new content based on what it's learned. We're talking text, code, images, you name it, all generated from the huge piles of data it was trained on. You've probably already played with tools like ChatGPT or Microsoft's Copilot. The key thing to remember is that these tools aren't static. They're constantly learning and evolving.
All right, now that we're on the same page about what it is, let's get to the fun part. What can this thing actually do for us? This is where we see this incredible chance to unlock a whole new level of productivity and, just as importantly, creativity in our day-to-day work.
Just think about all the communicating you do every day. Imagine having an assistant that can whip up a first draft of your emails and reports. Or what if it could instantly summarize that hour-long meeting you had to miss? It can even help you polish your professional tone so you sound just right, or translate conversations in real time. This isn't just about being faster. It's about being better at how we connect with people.
And it goes way, way beyond just words. I mean, for anybody who has to deal with data, this is a total game changer. Generative AI can comb through these massive data sets and spot trends that a human might take weeks to find. It can then generate actual strategic insights from that data. It can even automate super complex things like financial forecasting. Seriously, it's like having a top-tier data analyst on call 24/7.
And beyond our daily tasks, maybe one of the coolest applications is in our own personal growth. AI can basically become your personal career coach. It can design a learning plan that's customized just for you, based on your skills and where you want to go. It can create training materials and give you real-time feedback. It makes upskilling something that's personal, ongoing, and accessible to everyone. So, when you put it all together, you've got better communication, you've got sharper data insights, you've got personalized growth. The impact is just huge. Yeah, you get increased productivity and faster innovation, for sure. But you also get a much better employee experience and ultimately smarter decision-making across the board. Plus, you're saving time and money. It's really a win-win for both the people and the organization.
I mean, it all sounds pretty incredible, doesn't it? Like the perfect workplace partner. But with any tool this powerful, you have to stop and ask, all right, so what's the catch? And that question leads us right to the other side of the coin, the AI challenge. Because to use this thing well, to really get the benefits, we have to be brutally honest about navigating the very real risks and the messy realities that come with it. And this gets right to the heart of one of the biggest problems. AI can sometimes make stuff. It can produce information that's just plain wrong or even completely fabricated, but it presents it in a way that sounds incredibly confident and authoritative. This is what people call AI hallucinations, and it's why human review isn't just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential. You can't just blindly trust it. You have to check the work.
Let's quickly break down the other major hurdles. You've got data security. You can't just feed sensitive information into any old AI. You need rock-solid privacy protocols. Then there's ethical bias.
If the data the AI was trained on is biased, well, the AI's output will be biased too. And of course, there are the fears about jobs, which means the focus has to be on reskilling people, not just replacing them. That leads to the final point, skill gaps. We need new skills, like knowing how to write good prompts. The key here is that none of these are dead ends. They're challenges that require smart, human-led solutions.
So we've seen the incredible opportunities and some pretty serious challenges. How do you actually walk that line? This is what we're calling the path to partnership. It's all about being intentional and figuring out how to make this technology work for us, not against us.
And listen, if you only remember one thing from this entire explainer, let it be this. The final outcome here isn't going to be decided by the tech itself, not at all. It's going to be determined by how we use it. Our strategy, our judgment, our ethics, that's the stuff that will make all the difference between success and failure. So, how do companies actually do it right? It really comes down to a clear 4-step plan. Step 1, it has to start at the top, with real commitment from leadership. Step 2, you need serious, robust training and upskilling programs for everybody. Step 3, you must have crystal clear guidelines on how to use these tools safely. And finally, step 4, you need a system for ethical oversight and governance to keep it all in check. It can't be an accident, it has to be a plan.
So what does all this mean for you, personally? What's your role in this new AI-powered world? Well, it's about being an active partner, not a passive user. You have to critically evaluate everything the AI gives you. You need to be proactive about developing new skills. And you have to double down on the things that only humans can do: deep insights, real creativity, empathy. And most of all, you have to embrace being a lifelong learner, because this whole field is going to keep changing fast. So we'll leave you with this last thought to chew on. The question is no longer if AI is coming to your workplace. Let's be real, it's already here. The real question, the one you need to answer for yourself, is how are you going to work with it? How will you make it your partner?